Hello, and welcome back to another development video. Today we're taking a look at a few quality of life improvements. Before, if you shot an enemy, they just stand there and accept their fate. Like you can see if I'm shooting this goblin here, they just stand there. This isn't how an enemy should actually be responding. They should be actually engaging. Likewise, if I go and swap to the Conjurer and summon in an ally, it just kind of stands there and attacks the enemy, and the enemy doesn't respond, right? The enemy just kind of takes the hit, and the slime kind of pretends it gets hit, even though the goblin's not really responding. So one thing I want to fix is have the enemies actually properly respond to both being attacked and to allies being summoned in. So now, if let's say I shoot these goblins here, they'll actually respond to my threat, and if I swap to someone else, the goblin will continue chasing, so I can prompt a combat by throwing an ammo and then switching off to a different character to have that ammoed character engage in combat. Likewise, if I swap to the Conjurer here and summon in a slime, the goblin will actually charge the slime now, and they'll actually look like they're fighting in proper combat, right? If there's multiple, it still gets a bit wonky, so you can see they kind of glitch around over top of the enemy there. But at least one-on-one looks pretty cool. And if there's a lot, they kind of get mob ganged up, which is fine. On this same note of allies, I've added in a new character that's able to summon in a different type of ally. So over here, I have the Necromancer, and let's add him to the party. When the Necromancer is in the toolbar and you kill an enemy, a little ghost will appear. I'm just going to kill a few more here so that there's a few more ghosts, because when I was recording this, I think I was having too much fun and just kept killing enemies. Anyway, so I'll spawn the Necromancer, and if I right mouse click with their special, the ghosts turn into little monster things that go around and start attacking people, right? And I can have them keep killing enemies, and I can keep spawning in more and more of these allies to continue just assaulting and destroying. And it can get pretty crazy, right? I can keep spawning in more and more as they kill more and more, and they'll just keep going. It's really fun character. In order to balance this out, the Necromancer doesn't have a basic attack that can actually deal damage. You have to kind of play him on the sidelines, have someone else do the major damage. So if the Necromancer doesn't have a basic attack, what is his basic attack? You might be wondering. So the Necromancer's basic attack is exchanging some of his health to mana. If I use his basic attack, he goes and stabs himself and replenishes his mana. And if he stabs himself long enough, he turns into an undead being himself, where he has unlimited mana, but the longer he stays, the greater his health declines. So it's kind of like a risky battle to keep this damage going. And once he drops below 50 HP, he reverts back to his original self. So let's go turn back into an undead again. Now what you can do is you can wait for your HP to drop below 50, and then have him revert back to normal. Or if let's say when you notice the HP starting to decline, you swap to a different character, and he'll revert back to his original self. So you can kind of gauge what works best, and have a lot of fun with him. On the same note of exchanging your health for your special, I've also added in the Mad Scientist, who for some reason has more SP than he's supposed to. Basic attack is exchanging SP for HP, or HP for SP, which essentially allows him to have as much SP as he does have food. So he can eat all his food and then exchange it for SP, or if he's in a laboratory to naturally restore his SP, he can convert all that SP back into HP. I've also improved the buying system in the game. So here I've got kind of these still two debug shops, and of course if I talk to them, I can ask what they have for sale. And now rather than appearing above them and like it weirdly hides behind the GUI, it's perfectly in front of where the toolbar is, and rather than highlighting your mouse over it, you scroll and click purchase when you want to purchase something. I found this just more user-friendly. I've also added an item shop where you can do the same thing and scroll and click purchase. I really like this system better. Of course, the characters are both the exact same, and you can attack them and nothing happens. Now that I'm finishing AI behavior in the enemies, I can begin actually making these characters respond to threats and actually changing out their aesthetics. They aren't the exact same person. Money is still something that's kind of hard to get by. I was looking at ways to make there be a variety of ways of getting money rather than grinding enemies. This led me to create the Debug Mountain region. So if I step back on the portal, there's a third warp option to bring me to that Debug Mountain region. And inside here are offering tables. And what the game does is it picks a random item, and you can offer a different quantity amount to do different things. So you can see that Necromancer has 192 HP out of its full 350. So if I offered 5 Java beans, his health fully restores. And let's say with the Conjurer, her MP is only at 10 out of 30, and when I offer it, it fully restores her HP and her MP. I can also offer 10 of an item to get 100 essence points, or offer 15 to fully restore the HP of every single character on my toolbar. If you make 5 successful offerings, you unlock the Oracle, who has a super cool basic attack of summoning the different astrological signs. So it kind of just randomly picks one and shoots them. It's just for aesthetic. And her special is astro projecting herself out of her body, which is a great way of quickly navigating around the map. If we enter back into the woods, all the tomes kind of appeared close to each other, but let's pretend they were further away from each other. I can astro project to quickly go and scan around the map to see what is all here. So over here, oh, there's the Seasons Totem over there. So if I want to go there, I can just walk over there. I can also astro project to lure enemies away from a certain spot. So let's say, for example, I wanted those apples and stuff, but I didn't want to fight this goblin. I can use the astro project to kind of lure the goblin away, and then make my way over to get the apples. The last character I added, also to help with collecting EP, is the Merchant. He restores his SP by delivering basic attacks, and when his SP is full and he attacks an enemy, he gets 1 EP. If he uses his special attack, he is surrounded around different images of money, and every time it attacks an enemy, he gets an additional 5 EP. This is awesome to use in like the winter region where the enemies have a bunch of health, because you just lure a bunch around you and just keep hitting them and keep getting the money. This is a great host if you need some additional money and want to just do a quick grind. To unlock the Merchant, you have to first spend 2,500 EP. So you don't start with them right away, and you have to kind of save up a bit of money before you can even begin using him. I did that as a nice balancing method. Lastly, I improved the menu a bit. Before, when you clicked a save slot, it simply loaded that file or started a new game, which got annoying very quick, especially when I just accidentally clicked that file and I had to wait for it and go back. Now, if you click a save slot, a little side window appears, marking your progress in the main quest and giving the option to load that file. This is the same for a new game or for a game that you already have saved. Likewise, when you click to delete a file, rather than it just deleting it, which is horrifying, it makes you confirm that deletion by having to click the baker's apron. If you click, let's say, the baker's foot, it kicks you back out. You have to click right where the apron is, and then it confirms that deletion. This is just an extra failsafe in case you, for some reason, press the delete button. This concludes the current progress video. Thank you for watching.